Shut your dumb ass up, Justin.
See, look at that. He doesn't even know how to speak. It's Justin, not Justin.
Justin.
This is exactly what I expect from somebody that was a pit stop on the triangle trade.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
Man.
NBA Finals, Game 1, Suns win. I got Suns in
6.
Yeah, I got Suns in 6.
Because Bucks have gone down every series, it feels like.
But I will say this. But as much as we like to clown him, he does sometimes make adjustments, and it usually is after he gets embarrassed. We saw that in the Nets series. They did make adjustments from Game 2 to Game 3. In the Hawks series, when they dropped Game 1, we saw them kind of revert, not from a more drop scheme, but having Lopez up a little bit more on those pick and rolls.
True.
So I expect him to come out with a little bit more energy. I was actually very surprised at how good Giannis looked.
Yes.
Because his knee bent the opposite way like 2 weeks ago. So
he got that LeBron money to work on his body in those couple weeks. That's what it was.
Had to. You saw that chase. I mean, that chase down block was amazing.
Yeah.
But
I will say he did look. Cardio didn't look there though. He looked like he was hunched over a lot, breathing heavy. But he pushed through it. And this is someone who in that overtime game. That Game 7, he looked like he wanted to go home because he was tired.
Oh, that whole Game 7, he looked like he wanted to go home.
Yeah,
He was tired. Like, he was hunched over and like
he just looked tired. So my thing is him being tired and still like seemed like he was really busting his ass, still bodying up DeAndre Ayton and shit. You know, that's a good sign. And that to me gives me more faith on like the Suns not sweeping.
Physical. I don't think the Suns gonna sweep.
I don't
honestly,
think either.
Respectfully, I get it. Like the Suns, they came out, they played well, and if Devin Booker and Chris Paul are going to play this well, it's going to be tough for the Bucks to win. But if Giannis is healthy and Chris Middleton keeps shooting, not Giannis being completely healthy, but if he's on the court and he plays at least 80% of himself, Chris Middleton do what he do. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
I think the Bucks' success is going to hinge on how aggressive Drew Holiday plays. And it was a game last week. I want to say it was Thursday because I feel like I was watching it when I was editing, where the Bucks had a great game.
Was it the game 6 where he dropped like 27, 9, and whatever?
I think so. And after Chuck was like, "Why don't you play this like this all the time?"
I was like, I'll be telling, yeah.
And
I don't know.
like, he was like, literally everyone keeps telling me that, and like, I don't know. And Shaq brought to the point where it's like it kind of feels like he has to set up everyone else so he doesn't look for his own offense.
Yep.
But there's always that like chicken or the egg shit where it's like you set up other people to get everyone going and then you get going, or if you get going, everyone else will get going because all the attention's gonna go on you. Shit like that. But if Drew Holiday really seizes this moment and like plays his ass off, like gets aggressive, being aggressive with Giannis, they can win. I'm someone who does think that like I think this like not having Giannis 100% and the Suns being healthy, I think the Suns win in that scenario. But Drew Holiday can really become the difference maker, and imagine he does that and becomes Finals MVP. Not realistic, but I do just think that everything is going to hinge on how aggressive he is.
I think so. Honestly, I see the series going back and forth the whole time. Like obviously, the Suns won by a considerable margin on July 6th, but I don't know. Like the Bucks are that team is just like they kind of just find ways to hang around, regardless of what you want to say about Budenholzer being a good coach or whether Giannis can play in a half court. Who I still don't believe who can play in a half court, but
They got the stars.
they literally won Game 6 and Game 7 of the Hawks series in spite of that. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, I don't know. It just really depends on if everything else is clicking, and if Giannis can play well or at least well enough, I think that's gonna keep them in it. And mind you, I think everybody wants to see the Suns win. Like I think everybody
wants Chris Paul to get a ring.
Everybody wants Chris Paul to get a ring. Shit, I want Chris Paul to get a ring.
I hate the Rockets, and I would have liked him to get it on the Rockets that year that they should have won, and James Harden choked and he got hurt.
Yeah.
But it would be great if he won.
It would definitely be nice. But as many of y'all know, I'm here for the controversy. So I listen. If the
You want more jokes?
yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm kind of just like, well, damn, like Shit, imagine if Chris Middleton won Finals MVP. Like that would be the joke on a lot of fucking people, which is just like, yo, imagine that.
If he wins, that's worse than Iguodala.
Yeah.
No, but it's very believable.
It's very possible.
He
I
is
mean,
not Robin. He is Nightwing.
yes.
Because one of the things they were talking about, I was reading articles about like shit like that, and they're like, yeah, having someone else who's doing stuff instead, and like figuring out what their offense is going to be instead of Chris Middleton saving them on bad shots that he just happens to hit. Like,
Chris Middleton goes from, he has a spectrum. He's either Kevin Durant-esque,
yeah,
or he's like,
Tyler Herro.
no, not
On a
even
normal
like,
day.
Sophomore year, Tyler Herro.
like yeah. Like it's
Yeah.
just it's and the key is just finding like the perfect balance, because I would like, look, I made this point on Twitter. I got some slack for it. I still stand by it. Yeah, Chris Middleton can take over a game in a way that Giannis can't, which is said. All it is saying is Chris Middleton has more weapons and is more lethal in the half court setting. Because if, let's be honest, we watched it in the Nets series, Giannis does not have a bag in the half court. He gets most of his stuff through, because others are setting him up, the pick and roll, or putbacks at the rim, right? Whereas Chris Middleton, I saw him take over multiple games where it's like, all right, 3-pointer, Chris Middleton in the half court, what do you call the mid range? Boom, turnaround, boom, layups, boom. Like
It's
and
amazing.
it's the playoffs,
Yeah.
so that it's gonna be most of your buckets are gonna have to come in the half court. Not that they don't already,
Yeah.
But like it's gonna be that it's already difficult for him, and it's gonna be that much harder. It's gonna be the playoffs. You have those adjustments, especially when you're playing against a good coach. You know, it is gonna be significantly harder. I can realistically, if they win, I can see Chris Middleton being more, because it's like you're saying with the takeover thing, Giannis can put up 35. And like Chris Middleton can have 28, and Chris Middleton's points will feel
I think
more meaningful.
Chris Middleton's points seem more impactful because of where they, like, especially in that Nets series. Every time there was a run, he was key at hitting a big three that was a momentum
Timely
shifter,
threes, yeah.
momentum shifter or momentum killer. Whereas like Giannis, all right, he can get
you
a
know he's gonna run and dunk every time. It
yeah,
doesn't mean anything.
like he
at
gets
this
a
point.
layup or a dunk. It's like, okay, Giannis just did that, whatever.
He
right?
should.
He should, right? He's 6 foot, what? 6'9", 6'10".
yeah,
He's a tank,
7
right?
foot.
So, but what Middleton does is it kills you, right? Especially when it's late in the shot clock, things like that. I think he is important. I don't think that Giannis can win without Middleton, and obviously Middleton can't win without Giannis. I
So it's Scotteth and Michael.
basically, and I also think that I think Brook Lopez. I made this point the other night on Twitter too. Is
Brook Lopez
Brook
is
Lopez
great,
is
man.
more of the third star, or at least has been, than Drew Holiday.
Yes.
Entering the playoffs, I think it was
Entering
pegged
the-
as it was Drew, Chris, Giannis, right? As Drew is the third star, but Brook Lopez has been a little bit more impactful, especially on both ends of the court, because Drew was supposed to be this lockdown. Like, look, we all love Drew Holiday. I don't want to slander Drew Holiday, but for what he was pegged as and what they built him to be, and how much of great impact, much better player than Eric Bledsoe, which he is, he hasn't really delivered except for maybe like spurts.
Yeah, it hasn't been
It
consistent.
has not been consistent, and it's
Drew
even
Holiday does play good defense though. Doesn't
no, he does.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I will say
defense.
that he was like Kyrie when he was healthy in that series, was getting whatever he wanted.
Yeah, but it's
on
also-
Drew.
That's Kyrie,
And
though.
That's Kyrie.
but that's what I'm saying. Entering the playoffs, Drew was pegged as a guy that could slow down Kyrie, and then he could slow down Trey. And yet, look what Trey was doing.
We knew the vibes though.
I'm saying,
yeah,
we
yeah,
knew the vibes, but I'm just saying this is what he was pegged as.
Nah,
so
of course.
I think he's been solid defensively. I think Brook has been that anchor. I saw an article that said like guys are shooting like 13% lower field goal percentages in the playoffs
And
than in the
DeAndre
regular
Ayton
season.
got an outside game bag.
He
so-
doesn't, right?
But it's they got to stop with all that full switching shit.
The
honestly.
full switch is bad. The drop is bad because you're dropping against two guys whose bread and butter is literally
Mid-range.
the mid-range. So I think you can only really do drop if it's not Book or CP as the primary
They were
ball
playing
handler.
Mike D'Antoni. You can do the drop.
Yeah. Or you can, or, you know, when they're doing the switch, you have Giannis at the 5. Because their best
Yeah.
switching defense is when you have Giannis at the 5, Middleton, PJ, Drew, and DiVincenzo.
Indeed.
So at least DiVincenzo can kind of stay in front of CP and Book way more than, if they're going to hunt him, way more than Brook Lopez. Not to say that Brook
Yeah.
is,
But Brooks' offense and like it's
he
just-
helps spread
yeah.
the floor. He helps spread the floor.
I like how Shaq was saying though, because in that same game, Brook had like 32 or some shit because he was just in the paint.
Just in the
Cooking.
paint.
Yeah, doing what he needs, being a big man.
Look, I know they give up some size, you know, because they both, Ayton's a big boy,
Yeah.
but look,
I think if Ayton's off the floor, you should run Giannis at the 5 into that small ball.
I mean, that's what they were
That's
doing.
what you
That's
got to.
what they were
I-
doing.
yeah, I think it's one of the-
I'm about to say
Yeah.
that's literally what they was doing in the beginning of the fourth quarter when they cut it like within 12.
I'm gonna
and
say
then
it didn't
was-
feel like a 30-point game, but then it was like, yo, it's only It's only 14. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't feel out of reach. And then they went on that like 7-0 run, cut it to 9. Then they cut it to 7. Then Bryn Forbes tried to do that one-footed
I
thing.
was
I don't know, like, what the hell is this?
And I was looking at it, and that was like in the middle of the fourth, and I'm like, all right, you gonna live with him doing that shit. And then after that happened, Chris Paul came down, and he started getting busy.
But that's the
game,
problem.
yeah.
I don't want to live with that because Bryn Forbes should be out there to just shoot threes. Like, that's all I want him
I'm
to
talking
do.
about if you're I'm talking about if you're the Suns.
Oh, yeah, if the Suns.
if you're the Suns.
I
I'm
thought
saying-
that was probably like the momentum killer of anything
Yeah.
for the Bucks, and that was like, yo, Forbes, why are you shooting that?
But he was
that
hitting
ass
though.
shot?
That's the one thing. All right, but we'll preface it by saying after that he hit a 3 on the elbow, and before that he was like the only reason why he was on the floor is because he was hitting threes.
Yeah, threes. Not
Threes.
not a one-footed runner on the baseline, damn it.
Fuck it. Listen. Fuck it. We ball. You know what I'm saying? You miss 100% of the
He's trying to get
shots
his
you don't
attribute-
take.
He's trying to get a new badge.
Right.
She saying he pulled a Bruce Brown?
My man went from a B+ to a B- real quick
Facts,
with that.
bro.
shot.
Teammate rating went down.
Poor shot selection.
That the shot selection in the fourth quarter, that fucking took him down a whole fucking my player grade.
And I'd also say, like, it's important if you're going to do the drop coverage, right? It's important that the weak side guy tags Ayton. Because look how many times they were able to get that lob, whether it's Booker or CP. The guy from the corner has to tag.
One
Because
thing Ayton gonna do is catch a lob. I'll tell
exactly.
you
So
what.
if the guy comes over and tags, Ayton can't get to the spot. Yeah, you're going to leave the 3-pointer open, but you're forcing the point guard to make that skip pass across traffic. So, look, why? I bet you Bud has Brook play up more in game 2, and it'll be a different game. And I bet you it's a lot closer. I bet you and let's be honest, CPU and Book was making mad shots. Like,
Yeah.
so this nigga CP was in his back. He was in his Birkin.
he was like,
They
I'm
was
here.
making-
I'm not letting it go, man.
But I love it though.
Yeah,
My son.
I don't, that's what you got to do, right? You've been waiting your whole career for this moment.
Suns in 4.
Oof.
Now, did you see the picture of Jamal Murray taking
Yeah,
a picture
wow.
of the Suns in 4 guys?
Suns in
Jesus
4 guys,
Christ.
You know how disrespectful it is?
read the room.
I'll say this. Seeing the video, he fucked those dudes up, and that dude tried to sucker punch him. The dude act like he was like, oh, just try to catch him. And so my thing is like, if you gonna fight someone, fight him straight up. You know what I mean?
The
Like, if you
dude
gonna-
that got beat up was wearing a Jamal Murray jersey. That's so foul.
Hold that L.
Well, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't have been a bitch, like you said on another TikTok, which got a bunch of views.
What'd I say?
It sounds like motherfuckers is pussy.
Yeah, isn't that one getting some traction?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but also I just don't understand the point of fighting at a sporting. Nothing will ever make me mad enough to fight at a sporting event. I just don't know.
At a sporting event?
Actually, I can't. I went to a sporting event. Actually, no, time out. I went to a sporting event with Miles last week, and when when the dude made the comment about like why didn't Judge go to third, and Miles was just at this point I think Miles was already like maybe 3 beers in, maybe like 2 or 3.
This is in the second inning, by the way.
The second inning, yes, second inning, and he's saying it mad loud. I'm like, all right, what's gonna happen? Because like if these guys start talking back,
What was he
like,
saying?
Okay, so
he just made a dumb point about how Judge should have gone to third when the ball was hit to Rendon at third, it makes no sense for Judge to go to third because Rendon's just going to tag the lead runner instead of throwing to first, right? Or he would tag Judge.
Oh, it was an actual baseball point.
It was an actual baseball
Oh, I
point.
thought he was just being.
No.
I thought he was being ignorant.
No. He wasn't being
What I'm saying is,
ignorant.
like-
He was just being stupid.
He was talking. I think the dude was talking to his son, and basically he was saying like, "You see, this is why I did it out. The Yankees aren't any good because why don't you advance on that? Like, nigga, it's a ground ball hit in front of him. We lead the league in fucking. And I
Base
promise
running
we're
blunders.
not supposed to talk about baseball today, but literally, like, we lead the league in fucking runners out on the base pass, and like what, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just shit like that gets me.
The gag was it wasn't a young son; it was just two grown men. But like you can tell, like when people don't really know the nuances of the game,
Yeah,
they
you
just
know-
kind of be saying shit.
Because they're not listening to us.
Yeah,
As they say, the casuals.
Yeah, the casuals, bro.
Yes.
And thank you guys for listening or watching for this week's episode. Make sure to follow us at Saratobi Sports on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Go like the Facebook page. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Go tell a friend to tell a friend. And you guys can follow me on Twitter at @offendednarwhal. Guys.
Hell yeah, Worldwide West, because everywhere I go, I leave a worldwide mess. And y'all can follow me at Worldwide West _11 on the gram. Yeah, that's about all I got for y'all this week, man. Y'all just make sure y'all stay safe. I hope y'all had a happy 4th, or Juneteenth part 2, however y'all want to look at it. And yeah, Black Lives Matter. Be safe.
All right, good. That was good. That was real good. You can follow me on the Twitters, J_Thomas_24. I will be a guest on the Brooklyn Buzz this week.
Lit.
Check that out. I have nothing else to say, but as Death Hive, Philo-chan Hive.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Back.
Big bringbacks.
The fucking lolly over here.
Yeah, he is never mind.
I can't. I was just naming characters I like.
Oh, okay.
Just anime characters I like.
Oh, just
I was gonna say now for me too. Can I not like now for me?
You can like
No, you can like whatever you
Okay.
like.
Rem Hive. You already know the vibes.
Panda Hive.
Panda Hive. What else? That's about it, honestly. I heard that. That's about it.
All right. We will catch y'all next week.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion.